All right, so this video is definitely going to ruffle some feathers because I'm going to talk about how I think that there's basically a military discount epidemic going. I don't have anything against military discounts. In fact, I was in the military or active duty. I'm now in the reserves. I love military discounts. I'll take advantage of them. But what I think it's doing at large is it's causing people to kind of feel like that is a right of theirs, and instead of a privilege, especially also with benefits. We have so many benefits as military families, veteran families, that we sometimes forget that that's not necessarily a right. It is a privilege. I remember when I was at the basic school and we were kind of, getting indoctrinated into the Marine Corps and everything, they constantly reminded us that with the flick of the pen, Congress could basically decide goodbye, Marine Corps. And that made us realize that we have to fight for our existence. We have to give America a return on investment in the form of pride and actual, military power, to be able to not only fight the enemy, defend the country, but also go above and beyond and actually be more present around the country and create more pride for our military. That's kind of how the Marine Corps approaches it. It's not necessarily a scarcity mindset, but it is definitely like a very realistic perspective on our branch, right, the Marine Corps, and what we need to do to continue serving our country. And so I think that what's happening in the military, and I'm going to get into how to identify companies that you should trust, even if they don't offer discounts. I'll get into a framework about that. But I just wanted to mention that up front. And I would love to know if anybody has any other opinions on this. But I'm just kind of honestly sick and tired of everybody either A, asking for a discount, or B, being like put off, like veterans being put off by other organizations that might be veteran owned that aren't, offering a discount, or the fact that they're charging other military members or veterans or military families anything. They're like, oh, you should be doing that pro bono. That should be for free. Why would you ever charge somebody that's in the military? I'm sick of that mentality, to be honest. And so if this is your first time watching a video by me with Active Duty Passive Income, we're all about helping military families find financial freedom through generating passive income through owning real estate. And so I'm doing a 30-day YouTube challenge. This is day 4, where I talk about various things that has impacted my transition out of the Marine Corps and into the reserves, but also full-time entrepreneurship and real estate investing. So today we're going to be talking about this in particular, and I'm going to help you all understand I'll give you a glimpse into how to basically filter out brands or companies that you may or may not want to, pay full price to, right? Like if you're choosing between a service here or there, sometimes I think automatically, they give a military discount, like I'll go with them. Let me give you a different perspective. Let me give you a different way of looking at it. Something that's going to be a higher return on investment to you as an individual, and it might also help you, maybe even live a better life. I know that's a tall order, but let me explain what I'm getting at. I think personally that entitlement and thinking that something is a right is just a weakness, honestly. And so I think getting yourself rid of that mentality and that understanding that nobody owes you anything is the best way to live your life. And then you are pleasantly surprised when people give you more than you expect to happen. And so when you're looking at companies that are like that you want to maybe get a service or a product from, and if you want to know if it's really going to serve you in return, like, are you going to be getting value from that product or that service, right? If you really want to do due diligence on them before you pay your hard-earned dollars, right? The main thing you want to look at, here it is you need to try to determine if their long-term goal and mission is your success. If they seem like a short-term type of minded company where they're just trying to constantly make a quick buck here, make a sale there, and it's like this quick transactional process, then that's a telltale sign that they're not thinking about the long game. Because varsity-level companies that want to play the long game, that want to exist beyond a year, 2 or 3 or 5 of existence, want to eventually become a household name even, are those that have a long-term vision, mission, and are more transformational than they are transactional. They want to impact you in a way deeper way for years to come than just simply that transaction right then and there. And this goes with, and it's not necessarily, it sounds grandiose what I'm saying, but it can still be a product, right? It can still be, heck, it could be a video game even, right? But that could be something that really makes you happy and is transformational for a long time. And you see what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily mean that any given product is bad because there's a transaction involved. On the contrary, you have to, it's more you're stepping back and you're seeing, does this company think about what's going to happen down the road? And good gaming companies, for example, I don't know why I'm using this example for games, but just because it probably seems different than what you guys would think of when you think transformational. And I don't even play video games almost at all, but I do believe that good video gaming companies have a long-term vision on how they want to engage with those that love playing video games, right? And I think that's the difference, is what is their mission and how do they want to transform their relationship with that exchange of value, dollars for fun in this case, with their customers. So when you're trying to determine whether you like a brand or a company, I would say look at it that way. Do they have a long-term vision? Do they want to create a relationship with you beyond just the transaction? Do they want to help you and your life? And another way to determine that is if their measure of success as a company is if you're successful. Okay, so I'm building out a framework here. So first, you need to identify, like, even if it's a veteran and not veteran company, and stop worrying about, stop feeling entitled or like some things are right, and stop worrying about discounts. If you want to become a solid entrepreneur, business owner, real estate investor, and you're thinking about relationships you want to build and companies you want to invest in and things you want to accomplish in your own business relationships, I would say focus on those that, like I said, the first thing is, do they have a long-term vision, mission, and plan? Second thing is, what is their success metric? If their success metric is the success of their customers, then that's another telltale sign that they're actually a good company, that they're a company that you should want to invest in. And here's why. It ties together. Long-term is only possible if the driving metric is success of the customers. Because if you are a transactional company or brand, and you only think about the transactions, what's going to happen is eventually the product will just not be able to sustain growth. It will never become a better and better and better product. Right? So for us at Active Duty Passive Income, as an education company, our biggest success metric is the success of our students, our members, and their ability to close on real estate deals and create income for their families, right? That is our success metric, period. Like just a few months ago, we calculated that our multifamily academy students have purchased over $1 billion worth of real estate in America, and that number is growing every day. And so that to us is transformational, right? And we know that as long as we focus on the success metrics of our students, of our members, that is what identifies, that is a metric for the quality of our product, our education. And then our product will basically market itself. And as Alex Hormozi says, marketing is more important than sales, but product is even more important than marketing. Because if you have a fantastic product and you focus on making it better constantly, word of mouth is the best marketing ever, and it'll essentially sell itself, right? And that's another bad word sometimes, like sales, selling. I believe that everything in life is sales. I think that's a Zig Ziglar quote, and I think that we should worry less about that word being a problem. Sometimes selling is just a value exchange, okay? Now, how do companies achieve success for their members? Okay. Alex Hormozi, this is a formula from him, but I'm going to apply it to how we think about it at ADPI. Is there's a dream outcome, right, that you have as a potential client or customer, right? So we need to give you that dream outcome, and we need to really analyze and think deep into where you're coming from, which we're able to do because our entire company is all military background. Some of us still active duty. And we know that transitioning out of the military, either during or before retirement or after, is often a difficult process. Not only do you lose your identity sometimes, but also you don't necessarily know what you want to do after. And even if you do, the income might not be what you would like it to be, yada, yada, yada. Especially since we're a collective group, like our company, of people that really want to achieve a lot. Not only income, but just do a lot with their life, and give back a lot. And so that dream outcome is typically something pretty awesome, like wanting to own a lot of real estate that produces income and acquire those while you're in the military, using our military benefits to make that happen. So we know how to structure dream outcome offers for our educational products. Like, that's what we try to do, right? And then we focus on the perceived likelihood of achievement. And the best way to do that is to ensure that we spend as much time and attention with every single new member to make sure that they're successful, because their successes will increase the perceived likelihood of achievement of everybody new coming in. So if you come in, you look at our products, you look at our community, you see a lot of successful people. As a result of that, you're gonna be like, wow, that is increasing. Mentally, you're like, wow, there's probably a very high likelihood of me achieving that same level of success. And that's what we want. That's what drives us. The other thing is time delay. So it used to be very much self-paced, and most of our academies, if you buy them right now, like whether it's the Military Real Estate Investing Academy, which is like buying and holding, single-family rental properties and small multifamilies. We have the Short-Term Rental Academy and also Multifamily Academy, which is like large commercial apartment complexes. Most of that is kind of like you can do it on your own time, especially in the military. You need that flexibility. But we're also focusing now on establishing frameworks similar to this framework I'm talking about, that are step-by-step, and they're run in cohorts that you have a certain amount of time, like 12 weeks, to get to a certain level, right? We want to make sure that we decrease the time delay, that you get what you want out of it, because that is extremely valuable to clients, to customers, to you, if you want to join what we're doing. Time is something we can never buy back. So by decreasing the amount of time you need to achieve the success, the dream outcome, the better. That is where value, we know what we're giving you is tenfold what you're ever going to have to pay for, right? And the last thing is effort and sacrifice. This is something that we want to diminish as much as possible. We want there to be almost no effort and sacrifice. Obviously, that's not possible with real estate investing. There's always going to be effort and sacrifice on your part, right? Whether it's just some time, whether it's like, you need to set things up, you have to learn things. But what we can do is increase confidence and competence by being a coach and having group coaching and having just a network of like-minded military families investing in real estate, giving you that confidence, giving you that support. And so the confidence, as you all know, is probably one of the most, I believe this is one of the most important success metrics. If the more confident you are, the more capable you will be of doing almost anything in life. And so that's why having a good network and everything else I mentioned before will give you confidence and competence to actually achieve things and minimize the effort and sacrifice as you're achieving them. For example, acquiring rental properties that make you money every single month, right? And last but not least, this is how ADPI does things, is we reinvest right back into our organization. So all of the profits we make currently, this is how we're running, get reinvested right back into the organization. We want to continue making our products, meaning our education, our community, better constantly. And then we also are focusing on connecting our individuals to the best supporting services possible. Have we made mistakes in the past? Have we trusted certain supporting services for real estate in the past that we found out later shouldn't have? Yes, but we are taking that to heart, and we're constantly keeping things in check and accountable to us to make sure that they serve our members. Because at the end of the day, the most important, our supporting services are an extension of our reputation and our brand. And so we really take that to heart. This ended up me more talking, I guess, about our company, but I wanted to bring that up because that is why, for example, ADPI is unapologetically going to be charging for our education in communities, because we know that we are a company that's focused on transformational change and value that is 10 times more than what individuals are going to be paying to buy that education or be a part of our community. And we know that that value exchange is what's actually going to push you into success in real estate investing, success in entrepreneurship, success in building a team, success in planning for your future, success in making your potential military pension pale in comparison with everything else you're going to be able to do, success in finding amazing lifelong friends that are doing this, as well as people that you can talk to about this without feeling like you're bragging because of how audacious your goals are. And so, all right, I'm going to leave it at that, but thank you for watching day 4 of the vlog. Please subscribe, share this if you can. Mark Jancic is out. You got to press the button. See you later.